Do what it says to see if my voice comes through.
Waiting for the thing.
Should be going now. I don't know why. There we go. Hello, everybody. There, it's working. We did it.
Hello. All right.
All right.
Y'all ready for this shit?
I am ready for this shit. I'm just double checking, making sure that we are sounding on here. Let's see.
The confidence monitor is the starting screen, but I know the screen is live on the stream, so.
All right, and I can hear. Okay, there we go. Now the confidence monitor should be fixed. And I think we're good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the chaos.
God damn.
Howdy. Howdy.
I have so many questions.
Appreciate everybody's double.
Jesus Christ. Everybody's double?
Down some? Oh, fuck.
Found it. Should be good now.
Cool.
Darn tootin'.
Cool.
All right.
How we doing?
I think we're good. I'm just double checking, making sure that we sound fine on the app. Let's see. Hello? Frank, say some words in Texan.
What the fuck are you talking about, boy?
In Texas.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now, boy? Do I have to go get my lasso over here, boy?
There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Oklahoma or your Texas, whatever.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma, you're fucking next, boy.
God damn. All right, we are good. Audio's up and running. So fucking. This show's so
Really,
weird.
we're gonna need a translator for
Frank?
for Frank because of his cigar. All because of his cigar.
I wish I
Right.
should take this out.
Y'all
a
ready
little
for
bit later.
this?
Yeah, I am ready for this. I'm gonna clean up the dock. Go ahead.
Back pop in. All right.
Okay, I was like stuck. While you're doing that, I'll write the tweet.
We already
I already
written, boy.
wrote the tweet.
Hell yeah!
It's on Twitter.
Thank you,
Look
sir.
at me getting shit under control. What's that
Let's
like?
go.
Retweet that shit, boy.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once everybody's ready, then just give me a heads up. And I'll
I've been
kick
I've
this
been bowling
shit
ready
off.
since 1873.
I'm gonna give you a count off. Ready?
Thank you.
All right.
8.
We're gonna go
7.
from 6, 5, 4.
They never
3.
taught me how to count.
Hello and welcome to the Point in Progress podcast, episode 66, your fluffy podcast talking all about Returnal, Quantumania, and a little bit of Dracula this week. I am your host from Beyond the Grave. Let's pip into the first point in our progress. Of course, we're kicking the show off with the checkpoint. Before I get into the housekeeping, how are my lovely co-hosts for the week doing?
I don't know what's happening. You're a ghost. Frank suddenly became Southern. I don't know what the hell's going on. Harv is just existing. Like what?
I'm just here. I'm here like every other day.
Listen, I know we took the week off last week.
I
but,
was
like,
always Southern. I don't know what you're talking about, boy.
we took the week off last week. I think me and Sly were both sick. Apparently, you got taken out. I survived.
Yeah, I'm still taken out.
Yeah, Mario was hanging by a thread right now.
I'm just trying to drink every little ounce of water.
Of course, last week we tried to record our Deadpool 2 episode with Fee. Fee was sick,
Yes.
no voice. I was sick, a little bit of a voice, and Mario was sick, holding on.
Hold on, yes.
If you can't tell, that train has continued through this week. Fee, still taken out by FEMA. I'm pretty sure they like poisoned the water in Halifax or something because
I don't
she's
know.
just
Sounds like tuberculosis to me.
You know what, Frank?
everything's tuberculosis. You're so right for that.
You're so right.
Pretty
for
sure
that,
it's
Frank.
TB.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure y'all got the black lung.
I think I got the black line. I think I got tuberculosis. That is correct.
Damn.
Man, on
Got
that
a bit of
note,
everything. A bit of
A little bit of
everything.
everything.
let's take care of this tuberculosis infestation by doing a little bit of housekeeping. Fee did a thing. She's been working on some game jam stuff, made a game. It's really cool. I played it for a little bit. I had a blast. Yeah, so shout out to Fee for that. If she's sharing that, we'll be sure to hype it up
Fee should be
on the main
listening
account.
to the podcast a little bit. Shout out to them. Shout out to Lucas. Shout out to Fee. Y'all did a really good job. I can't unfortunately play the game because it's 1873 and I don't have a fucking computer.
It's the devil's box.
But
It's the devil's box.
so basically, the shit that's happening in the game is happening in real life in my life. So shout out to those two. they still haven't found the cure for tuberculosis yet on that game, but I thought I had a blast. 18th, they got 18th out of 80.
Yeah,
That's fucking
congratulations.
bonkers.
That's
I
pretty
thought you
crazy.
didn't know how to
That
count.
is.
What's the number 18? Does that come after 40?
Yes, it does.
All right,
If you can't tell, the next point in our housekeeping, I'm still sick, and Frank has been possessed by the ghost of a malevolent cowboy.
Who
So
fucking
just
Frank?
pay that no mind. It's fine. We're moving on. Harv, you did a thing. Tell us about the thing you did.
Yeah, I finished up Returnal over the week, over last week, and I did a review video for it for the PC version that came out, and just talking about the game itself, how it ran, about the story, and I know I was supposed to tell Fee of like she was very curious of how the story is in Returnal, and
Mhm.
I told her not to worry about it because the story is weird and not really
Oh, well,
worth it, honestly.
I was about,
All right.
I was about to
all
say,
right.
doesn't Returnal not even have really much of a story, if I remember correctly?
It does, but like it's
It's like a
very-
roguelike story though. Like it's
Yeah.
it's kind of the background more than the forefront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that on my channel, youtube.com/beard in the hair. It's there. It was a lot of fun to do that video. A lot of fun.
Nice. And of course, Fee is not here to give Mario shit, so I'm contractually obligated to do it on her behalf. Mario still has not figured out how to do the audio trick where he can listen in while he plays the intro.
I tried it last
so
time, it
I
didn't
just
work.
need.
I don't even have your mic, and I know how to do it.
I tried it last time. It didn't work. So,
I just needed to put that out there before
Fine.
we jump into, of course, all the things we've been enjoying this week. It's been a week.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what's going on here.
Yeah, it's usually how time goes by.
That is indeed how time goes by.
I
Well,
wouldn't know. We don't have watches in 1873.
You have
I
time
usually just-
though. You have
I usually-
time.
I don't know. Maybe I
time
just look at
doesn't
I just look at the way the sun looks on the ground, and then I figure out
it's
it's
on your
8:30.
watches.
You know what I mean? If the sun hits the iguana
pretty sure.
at like from the left, it's 7:30.
I'm pretty sure there were watches back then. I'm pretty sure there was. I'm
There
pretty sure there were
were.
Why
pocket
do I look
watches.
like I got enough money for a motherfucking pocket watch?
I don't know. You have a microphone in front of your fucking face.
What is happening?
All right. On that note, Harv and Frank, you both played a game, and it's the same game. Tell us what the fuck Atomic Heart is and how you feel
Well,
about it.
Can you tell me anything that's fucking going on in this game? Because I'm about 3 hours in, I still don't know what the fuck is going
Okay,
on.
so I'm also about 3 hours in too. I think I'm about that time in. This game, okay. To set the stage, I love alternate history stuff.
Yeah.
I absolutely
Mhm.
love when somebody has a different take on history, and if somebody else won something else, what the world would look like, all that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of that kind of thing. Man of the High Castle, big fan of it. Watch that show, everybody.
I'm sorry. I have to, for the record, I'm not laughing at Harv. I'm laughing at Mario and I taking synchronized sips of her beverage. Sorry. Alternate history. Big fans. Please continue.
Yeah, and so this one is set in USSR. So if the Soviets won World War II, which well obviously they did, but like they found this new technology that like propelled humans into like this whole thing where like they made robots and like all this like AI shit, right? The starting of this game
As
is
you do.
beautiful. The starting of
yeah.
this game is beautiful, right? You
100.
come into the I don't know, I forgot what city it is, but like you come into the USSR and it's just like all this like this crazy like like communism propaganda and all that kind of stuff, and you're like going down this lake and it's just all this like celebratory stuff. It just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
After you get into like the first hour or two, you're just I
I honestly don't know what the fuck is going on anymore.
it just kind of got to the it kind of loses all of its luster once you start going to the underground areas. I just kind of like stopped caring really that much about what was happening.
Well, that's kind of
main character is a dumb. Main character is
main character
so
does not know what the
weird.
fuck he's even talking about half the time. He starts going off about cookies at some point. I'm like, boy, what the fuck is you talking about? He's like, do you like cookies, Charles? And I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with picking a lock?
First,
I
he's
love an unreliable narrator, but that does not.
This man ain't even unreliable. He's just fucking weird.
He's just weird. First he's like,
he's so aggressive too.
You have this little like glove that talks to you, kind of like Forspoken, where she has that little cuff that she has. It's like that. And so he's being really nice to it. All of a sudden, like 2 minutes later, he's being a fucking asshole to it. And then like a minute later, he's like being nice again. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
At some point, the fucking glove's just like, why are you so fucking mean to me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? What did I do to you? And he's just like, oh, shit, don't worry about it. Oh, shucks, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then like 2 minutes later, he's like, you fucking suck.
You
like,
fucking
what?
suck, you stupid ass. I'm like, there's also you probably already seen the clips already on them TikToks, but there's them an upgrade fridge machine that talks hella dirty to you.
It's a sex robot.
It's a sex robot.
Yeah, okay, I heard this on Twitter.
There's
and
a
I was
sex
like, what the fuck is this sex robot?
It's not really a sex robot. It's a hacked machine that for some reason talks dirty to you.
The reason why it talks dirty is because I created it, wanted to talk dirty to people.
Yeah,
because of something.
He was
or
a little
other.
freak. He was a little freak show. They don't explain this in the game very well either.
No, she just starts saying the most crass shit to you, and then you're just like, what?
And then the character is just like, can you please stop? And then she's like, no, I like this. And he's like, okay.
That's not how consent works.
It's a robot. It's a robot. It doesn't even know what the hell that even means. But this game is weird, man. Like I don't get it. It's like the best way I could describe it is if you've ever watched the show Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I've seen it. Quite a
There's a man who does a direction. I don't know what the fuck Twin Peaks is. I'm from 1873, but the future man came down to me one day and said, "Hey, do you want to hear about the story of the tribute of a man named David Lynch?" And he told me the whole story of Twin Peaks. And I tell you what, I don't know what the fuck is going on in that show, and I don't know what the fuck is going on in Atomic Peaks. So, or Atomic Hearts. So.
New crossover.
New crossover
your
universe
first.
you just created.
Next
the way I describe this game to people is if you just watch an episode of Twin Peaks, you know how just randomly it'll just be serious as fuck. And out of nowhere, everything will just be random. There will just be a random joke or something will just randomly happen.
Like
that is Atomic Heart.
Okay.
It'll give you long stretches of straight up seriousness and really cool Bioshock levels of combat.
Yeah.
But if you play for more than an hour, you'll realize this game's got some fucking weird shit going on.
It's you know what the weirdest, also the one of the other weirdest thing is. So I'm in like the underground area. You're probably where I am too, Frank.
I'm
Where
not
like
too far off.
there's like an algae area, there's a fire area, there's this area.
Algae.
It's like different places on like it's like different bios but underground in like one facility. And you're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
They'll even do cool things too with it. They'll take like the little safe rooms and put like digital backgrounds that look like sunlight outside, but you're like deep underground. I do like that though. I do like that what Harv said's true. The first like 30 minutes to an hour of the game is very much beautiful and very cool.
When you get in the car and you're just flying to like
that's so fun.
It's so
and they got
good.
cool ideas. They got shit like in this game that's called like a future radio that plays like songs from the future based on like algorithms and shit like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy. I do like the idea of like having that cool little like beautiful kind of Soviet looking like old school parade going on, and then you get to descend into like the behind the scenes and then see like other shit that's happening in the background.
Yeah.
But Harv, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in this game, honestly?
That the cordyceps are still they're a thing in this. They're a thing. The mushroom things are they're a thing in this game too. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to see.
Love
Honestly,
got a little bit of Last of Us in this game.
Yeah. One of my I don't know what my favorite thing is about this game. or one of the things that stands out. There's nothing that stands out in this game. That's the problem.
I think it's gonna open up a little bit later.
Harv, you just said there was a sex talking refrigerator,
But
and
it gets
like,
annoying after a while. Like it gets really annoying. I'm just like, all right, okay. It's
do
like
you mean?
you can only get sexed up for too long. You know, like you're just like, all right, I need to keep it going here.
I love it. I love the sex refrigerator. The sex refrigerator is
This
great. It
is
keeps
juice, Mario.
the sex refrigerator is great. It keeps my drinks cold, my pee pee happy.
All right, I have a serious question.
I
for
gotta
both
tweet
of
that out
you.
on the big podcast. I'm sorry.
I genuinely cannot tell if you guys would recommend this game or not. So, like, are you like enjoying it? Like, where are you at with this game?
I'm only 3 hours in. I need to play a little bit more, not because of the sex robot, but only because I need to figure out if I'm going to continue this game. Because right now the game is it's people are saying it's kind of like BioShock beats like the Soviet Union kind of type thing. I don't see it that much like that, but like I don't know. There are one of the coolest factors is you can swim through some like liquid shit.
It's called polymer.
Polymer, yeah.
Basically, it's something called neuropolymer. Neuropolymer is what makes these robots and kind of all the technology of this union. And it is you can swim in it and not drown in it, which is weird.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. And also, yeah, like what Crafty just said also is like it's on Game Pass, so like you're not losing anything out of this, honestly, if you just try it on Game Pass. It's there. We're gonna see what you think about the first like couple hours. Like, all right, I'm done. Don't want to play it, but yeah. So it's yeah.
Honestly, I'm having a blast with it. I like these kind of games. I played a lot of BioShock, not Quake. What the fuck? What is that one game that came out? Prey. There we go. Play a lot of Prey. Play a lot of Deus Ex, and all those other type of games that are very similar to this kind of style, where you very much start very weak and work your way up into something a lot bigger, right? You build your weapons up, you upgrade them. The enemies are beating the shit out of you at first, but then you one up them back. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I saw a lot of clips before the game came out. A lot of people saying how bad it was and how the combat wasn't fun or anything like that. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck they were up to because I'm having a fucking blast with this combat. I think it was just a skill issue, cowboy.
I think the cowboy. I was gonna say that. I think the cowboy is fine. I was gonna say. I think the combat is fine. It's not great. It's fine.
It's not the best, but it didn't need to be. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. I think the more egregious thing about the game is that they do this thing where there are unlimited amount of enemies that keep coming at you when the alarms go off, and I fucking hate that.
Yeah, you gotta take out the alarms quick. If you know, they'll keep coming back.
Yeah, they just keep coming back. You're like, what?
You're also probably at the part. Oh, sorry.
I was just guys. This reminds me of like the Call of Duty World at War thing, where like they have unlimited monsters coming out of monster closets, where they just keep coming out. This is what this reminds me of. Like this is. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Damn, this game's so aggressive as fuck.
You're probably around the part where you're gonna start seeing bots that also repair the other bots back to 100% health.
Yeah, I see that.
So it's a game where you gotta really be cautious about like who's alive and who's dead in the map, because there will be parts where you'll be like, I just took out this enemy, he took like 5 or 6 shotgun shells, and then you come back and realize what the fuck are you still doing alive, and then you see another robot like reviving them, and like, oh, okay, I gotta take out that robot too. So, yeah, it's fun. I like it. We'll see about the story on the other hand, because like Harv was saying earlier, the main character is a fucking cringy little bitch. He says some, like I said, he says some weird shit.
I have to, Mario. I gotta show you the first time you meet the fucking sex robot. You have to see what the fuck, because like this is throughout the entire like time that I've been playing this. I was just like, how could this keep? Because the game is apparently like 30 hours long. Like, how do you keep this going on for 30 hours?
I imagine he gets better. Because I'll be real with you, Harv. It's weird. All the clips that I see. Remember earlier I said like, oh, well, people were saying the game is bad and based on the clips, right? All those clips were like in the beginning, like the first 3 hours of the game, for the most part. Rarely did I see anything that was like farther in. And I'm like, did you guys just like play the first 3 hours and give up? Like, what is this? Because I hope he gets better, but
I'm gonna give
Yeah,
this
we'll
game
see.
a shot just from what you guys talking about it because it does sound absolutely bonkers.
It is.
bonkers.
and it's all
It's
on Game
bonkers.
Pass, right?
Yeah,
It is on Game Pass. Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't have bought the game if it wasn't on Game Pass. Based on like the reviews I was seeing and everything like that on Twitter's,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
wouldn't
bought it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put $60 down on this game.
Oh,
I
no,
love
definitely
how Frank doesn't have a pocket watch, but does have Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know. My version of Twitter, we write a little note on a paper, we give it to a little parakeet, and it kind
pigeon?
of does. I don't even. But it goes somewhere.
Delivery birds.
Yeah, there's
But
like a
I
little
will say-
board full of like tweets, or they call them
We have the board full of tweets.
tweet board.
Jesus Christ.
One thing I will say though, when you see the first like hour, you'll be like, wow, this is good. Like this is like a really good entrance to a game. Really good
Yeah.
entrance to a game.
One more thing on Atomic Heart before we go, because this has to be said, because it is a fucking feat. No hitches, barely
Oh,
any
yeah.
glitches. Game runs fucking perfectly. Literally, I have no idea how they got this so fucking dialed down. Maybe it's because this game's been in development hell for the last like 4 fucking years, but they fucking
That'll do
killed
her.
it. There is straight up no issues right off the bat. Usually with a new release, I have to at least fuck with the game a little bit. I have to change some settings, change some shaders, do something. This game gives you like 10 minutes in the beginning of the menu when you first open it up to pre-cache your shaders.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're fucking sailing, boy. You not hit one hitch. It's great.
kind of
I love it.
crazy. I was
It's
streaming this
crazy.
game and playing it on high resolution. and
Harv
had
was streaming
no
his
hitches.
game.
And no hitches.
Harv always has a hitch when he streams.
Yeah, always. And
Even
this game
if
has
this man
zero.
streams Uno and has a fucking hitch.
Yeah,
How the hell?
I get frame drops at Uno, let alone fucking.
None in Atomic Heart here. That's a feat. That has to be
Yeah.
celebrated right there because that's crazy. Because I can't think of any game that's came out in the last 12 months that I didn't have to fuck with. Even Dead Space I had to fuck with a little bit.
Yeah, I know I had to fuck with Returnal for sure.
That's impressive.
All right.
That's
Impressive. You know what's not impressive?
What?
Mario's been playing a game that I was really excited for and then promptly forgot it existed
Oh,
at all.
I think a lot
So
of people did.
that's brutal.
hey, how's Midnight Suns going?
Well,
You know, okay, before you get into it,
Yeah.
I totally forgot about this game until I watched the DICE Awards yesterday.
yes.
And then they
Uh-huh.
was up for one award, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this game came out, didn't it?"
Yes, it did. It absolutely did. It was actually free for the weekend, last weekend, actually, for you to try out. I don't know if that's still
Ladies
around.
and
Good.
gentlemen, the weekend.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the weekend. Before I go into talking about Midnight Suns, I just want to say I want to juice this tweet that we just did on the Point Progress where Frank talks about his robot cooling his drinks. So I want to juice that up. So please go ahead and share that to everybody. I want to make sure that tweet gets out there. I don't think I had enough time to actually record that clip. So we'll see if I can go back in time and get that one. But anyways, Midnight Suns. I've been playing it. I remember I started playing it on the Steam Deck when it roughly first came out, and I promptly refunded it because it was not running very good. Oh God, it is now going off on my watch. You guys are juicing it. Thank you so much. Very much so. Was excited to play it, but the game just did not run well on the Steam Deck whatsoever, and that kind of bummed me out. I heard it was actually having quite a bit of issues on PC as well, so the version that I would have played probably would have been plagued with stuff. On top of that, it does not have, at the time, it did not have cloud saves either. So if I wanted to go back and forth between my PC and my Steam Deck, it was going to be a no-go. So I ended up refunding it. And then me and Fee talked about like what we would buy each other for Christmas, and then we just ended up buying each other copies of Midnight Suns anyways. So,
Oh my god.
so we ended up having the game, and so I tried to like finagle it and try to, progress in the game because what ended up happening was it would just hard stop and it wouldn't let me progress, and so it ended up not being fun. So I put it down for a month, kind of forgot about it like everybody else did. And then I noticed that on the Steam Deck that it became verified, as in it was playable now. It was actually with the green check mark. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I gave it back another shot. This game's really fantastic. In terms of the gameplay, and stuff of what you actually do, the way that they are able to take a different approach to the XCOM kind of way with mixing it with sort of a card battling system. The card battling system is not like you're playing Marvel Snap or anything like that. Essentially, random cards will appear in your hands every turn, and those turns will basically dictate of how you're going to play the match. It's basically like there are power-ups that will help you build up to bigger attacks, or there are stuff that will help you like knock enemies back, knock them into things, and then do some damage or heal your other characters. At the same time, it's still XCOM where you can move around the map, but you're only limited to sort of their system. And that is actually a lot of fun, especially the synchronization between multiple heroes. The other aspect that I think that not a lot of people talk about the game is that it's very much a Persona-like, where you have to build your relationships up with other heroes, and then you actually do activities kind of like in Persona, where you're playing video games, you're going to the pool, you're doing training exercises, you're doing meditations, you're doing all these things, and you're learning about the characters in this new world for Marvel. And that has actually been really fun and interesting. The writing is not as...
I was about to ask, how is the writing for the character? Are they done well?
Can I ask a question too once you're ready?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You want it now?
No,
You
no,
want it
no,
now?
no,
Okay.
no.
I'll ask the question on behalf of everybody else because I know everybody else is thinking about it.
Sure.
Can I romance the Scarlet Witch?
Scarlet Witch at my point in the game is not available for story reasons, but I noticed
Who can you romance? Can you romance?
I don't know.
Is there romance options in this game?
I'm about
if it's
to find
Persona,
out.
I'm trying to bang the teacher.
In this case, the teacher's Tony Stark.
I don't think.
Oh, okay. Don't want to bring that teacher.
Or,
I don't think
or
there's
Agatha-
romance in the game. If I'm being, I
don't think there is. I don't think there actually is. But what I do like though is that there are characters, and I don't know if this is canon to comics or anything, but there are characters that are interested in other characters in the world. So, for instance, Blade kind of has a crush on Carol Danvers, which was kind of hinted at.
I mean, who doesn't?
I mean, most people.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Listen,
lady.
Civil War II happened. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, I don't want to talk.
Yeah,
about it.
we don't forgive her for what she did in Civil War II.
All right, but this game, I think,
I fought in the first one.
Yeah, exactly. This game at its core is more reminiscent to games like Marvel Alliance than it is, say, like a Insomniac game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be in the same level of like, the depth and character work of like Peter Parker and with Aunt May, for instance, or even with Mary Jane, or any of the other character interactions.
Haley, my beloved.
Of course. But in terms of the way that the characters interact, it's very much in the same vein of like any standard JRPG that you've ever played. If anything, it's just the fact that the characters are on an ongoing story that is a little different than, say, something you would play in like a standard game. Like, there are characters that do die in this world that are Marvel characters, so I do find that interesting. There are characters that are evil, and I'm curious like if they have a route back, because they kind of do some pretty crazy stuff. But I'm very much
be a good redemption arc.
No, of course we love me a good redemption arc. But I'm having a good time with the game. I mean, obviously it focuses more on the darker characters like Blade, Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange is obviously in this. Magic, the X-Men character, who is Peter Rasputin's sister, aka Colossus, is in this. She has a main component. There's Runaways content, and I'm a huge Runaways fan. Nico is a prominent character as well in this story, and so I'm excited to continue on it. I don't know how much longevity in terms of DLC. I know that the DLC right now, it's been Deadpool has been released, Venom has been released, and the Hulk is coming. I'm not sure past that what they're going to do with it, because it has been sort of left beside and forgotten. It is on sale regularly now. It is like $30, and I do think it's a great Steam game.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it is my I can play it at work for that hour, and I can enjoy and play a couple matches, as well as something as I just enjoy playing at home.
Yeah,
It looks like a great Steam Deck game. Like, it looks like a great one of those. Like, it's like any kind of JRPG for like Persona and stuff is like it's a good Steam Deck game as well, right? Like it's
Yeah.
something like that. You can jump in, do like a fight or two, and then kind of
Great,
do your
great
own
little
thing.
portable game that you don't really have to play all the way through at once. You can just kind of play in little sections here and there.
Yeah, correct. And there's a lot of stuff in terms of just combat wise that I enjoy doing. I hope there are things that they can expand upon it, but as just a sort of smaller experience, it's been living up to what I was hoping for. Which when I first early on played it, I wasn't very high on it. I was like, I don't like the writing, I don't like this, I don't like that. But the more I progressed on it, and the more if I rearrange my focus on like, not every game is gonna be fucking Spider-Man. It's not gonna be Marvel Spider-Man, you know? Like it's gonna be the hokey like. But what I like about it that it's not Suicide Squad level. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like you know what I'm saying? As we talked about.
Oh, that was a weird one.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
still generic. Don't get me wrong, but it's not.
Before we move on to the Suicide Squad, I do want to pull one of these comments out from them. Their monitors. I got one of these on the side here.
Yes. Those that-
Our friend, our good friend, buddy, old pal, Nerdy Day says
Yes.
Michael Jai White voices Blade.
he does.
He does.
And
That's honestly, I'd like I
His is
look,
skin, too.
I love the guy they casted for Blade
Mhm.
for the new Marvel movies, but Michael Jai White as Blade would be fucking sick.
They did a live action. They did a live action
Michael Jai
commercial.
White.
Did a live action commercial for this move for this game, and they actually have him.
Does he play Blade? Oh my god!
It's him as
Well,
Blade in the gold
Hell
suit
yeah.
from the.
I can't think of anybody who's more perfect for that role because that man knows martial arts like a fucking champ.
I know. I know.
Fuck.
If time wasn't a thing where people don't age, he would be perfect. 100%.
He'd be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying Ali isn't a great actor or anything like that because I'm sure that motherfucker could throw down. But if you ever seen Michael Jai White fight, he is motherfucking Blade.
Yeah, he's Blade.
He is
Guys,
Blade.
that isn't the only Venom news we got this week. I just want to say
Oh Lord.
Oh, what other Venom news did we get?
Venom 3 is in pre-production.
Oh
guys.
God.
Oh,
MC
no.
University continues.
Fuck, I gotta watch that.
Added
By the
to
way, we have a.
season 3.
Yeah, we have a podcast
Yeah, well-
recording next week.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it next week?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Okay, I gotta watch
Yeah.
that movie. I gotta
Like
get one of them time machines. Give me old yonder over there. Watch me that Venom movie.
yeah,
Venom-
it's called
With
Netflix.
with them Tom Hardys.
That's what the future's been talking about. They've been talking about the Venom movies.
God.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
fuck! How did we let that get a third movie?
A lot of people want to go watch it.
A lot of people had a blast.
Why?
All right. Well, speaking of things that I've been having a blast with, we didn't have a show last week, so I didn't get to talk about Birth. I did a review video for Birth that posted last Friday. Go check that out, please, if you have not yet. And ever since, this game has consumed all of my thoughts and also like revived my cold black heart. Like I am thinking about this game and like the little moments and the little details and the like just like oh my god. I don't want to spoil anything because I want everybody to experience this. But there are moments where you like move things and like things join together so beautifully. And it's just like it makes your heart grow a couple sizes. And yeah, so that's been consuming all of my thoughts. If you
Makes
haven't
your
played
heart
Birth,
grow back
go
Birth
play it.
together.
Yeah, exactly. And please go check out my review. It's on the Point in Progress channel. If you're listening to this, you know how to find it.
It'll be in the description down below. How about that? I'll put that down there.
Sure, cool, great. Frank, is there anything else you've been playing that you want to talk about?
Yeah. Give me a second here.
Jesus. He's sparking for the audio
Wait,
listeners. He
we've
is
got
sparking
prop?
up. He's got a prop.
That's some good tobacco.
He's having tobacco.
So I
apparently.
want to tell y'all a story of what I've been doing this week. So I was in West Philadelphia. I was born and raised there, on a playground where I would spend most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. And then one day, I was shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
And B-ball.
And a couple of guys who were up to no good.
Famously,
They started making
or-
trouble in my neighborhood. So I got in one little fight, and my mother got scared. She said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle and Strawberry." That's the end of the story.
It's Strawberry. Oh, God.
Oh man. Okay, great. Love that. Incredible. On that note, Harv, do you have anything else you've been playing you want to talk about?
Hold on, Frank. So you've been playing Red Dead, clearly.
I don't know what you're talking about, boy. That's real life to me. Okay, you don't joke about that.
All right.
I've been bounty hunting.
The reviews
Yeah, I've
are
been doing a
in.
lot of things actually. I have a little bit of list here. I've been playing that 5-finger fillet. You know what I mean? Where you take the knife and you just do the thing. I've been bounty hunting. I was smoking to the sunset, doing a bunch of things. I've been bar fighting a lot too. You can't see me. I got a black fucking eye right now.
Yeah, your spectacles are covering it.
My spectacles are covered.
Your brim just carefully covering your eyes.
The reviews are in. Apparently, Dirty Day says this episode is awesome.
Darn tootin'.
I'm glad y'all are enjoying it as much as we are. 'Cause this has been a blast.
Jesus.
I just so the other thing that I've been playing is Returnal, and like I said, I did a review video on it. If you guys have not played Returnal, play Returnal. It is fucking amazing. It is such a good game. It is fast paced. The level design is awesome. The progression is awesome. The bosses are so much fun. It's a masterclass in gameplay. It is so good. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. Right now, it's just available on PC, right? And
It just came out for PC. Yeah,
it's the full version. It's like co-op and everything is also associated with it.
Yeah. Everything is.
Weirdly enough, literally no promotional for that thing. You notice that?
Kinda just dropped. Yeah.
It kind of just dropped, which was weird because I feel like this was a big game when for the PS5 when it came out for the PS5. I feel like
it was a system seller. That's why I was like, it's kind of weird that they just didn't really talk about it because I didn't really know it was out until you mentioned it was out, and I was like, holy shit, this game's out already.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a really, really fun game. It does have some PC stutters here and there.
The
when it comes to the FPS,
at the end of the day.
Probably. But I only had one hard crash, honestly, while I played the entire. I think it took me about 21 hours to get the extra true ending for it. So, and I had one crash, which is pretty good. But yeah, no, I recommend this game. It's really, really fun.
All right.
Hell yeah. And for more thoughts, go check out Harv's review.
Hell yeah.
You're going to see how many times I can plug that throughout the course of the episode.
Yeah, that's right. You chugged that Coke Zero, boy.
I'm surprised you know what that is.
That is my time. It's just water and cocaine.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of cocaine back in the day for you. A lot of just water and cocaine.
Okay.
Is that how you cut your cocaine with water?
Not even sugar, just cocaine.
What do you think about tea? So what?
Oh my God.
Notably this
You
week.
brush your teeth with cocaine?
Rub it on my gums like this.
Well, this is making TikToks easy for me, so we're good.
Notably this week, my co-host on We'll Throw the After Party, Liz, and I both entered our Coke eras, as in Liz started drinking
Oh, okay.
Diet Coke?
Oh,
Coke Zero? I don't know.
I was a little
And-
confused there.
Okay.
I made a joke that I started doing cocaine.
God.
So,
Hell
yeah.
timely.
Timely.
Also, I just want to say to everybody out there, Pepsi is much better than Coke. So
Wow.
Not in 1873, it ain't.
Wow. I'm sure. Yeah,
On that
1973 was
note-
called Petrol. God damn.
petrol.
That shit's gas, boy.
Literally.
Straight dirt.
Some of that dirt.
Drinking that dirt.
Ooh. God. All right, let's try to get back up on this ship while I'm losing my mind. What have we been watching this week?
Apparently, Frank's been watching saloons. You want to illustrate on that? What have you been doing in saloons, Frank?
I've just been watching people in the saloon. This man, sometimes you see some weird shit in saloons. You know what I mean? I saw a man with 3 heads. It was fucking weird. I had a fight with him. You ever punched a man with 3 heads? That motherfucker was bobbing and weaving left and right. I couldn't hit that motherfucker.
How much cocaine did you do before you fought this person?
The question is, how much cocaine did that man do to get 3 fucking heads? And also, a lot.
I feel like I need to make a disclaimer that we are for responsible uses of illegal drugs.
It ain't illegal in 1773. Ain't illegal in 1863 either. I'll tell you what.
Jesus.
You just jumped 100 years.
Christ.
You literally jumped 100 years.
Did they have cocaine in 1773?
I'm sure it was called something. I'm sure it was called something back in the day.
You just called it 1873.
I love that Frank is doing this bit and has no clue about any of the history. All right, Mario, what have you been watching this week?
All right, well, I have a lot to hold up here. Speaking of traveling through time,
Hey.
I've been watching a show. Obviously, I spend a lot of my time hanging out with my partner that's over there that's off screen. We, of course, have been watching a lot of TV, and they introduced me to one of their favorite shows, which is a show called Outlander. Have you heard of Outlander?
I think I have, actually.
It's this really horny show on Stars that you can watch, and it was originally, I guess, a book series. And so Outlander, as I've seen it, I've only seen clips of it. It's always saw it seem like this period piece show, not having a whole lot of context of what it was actually about. And so me trying it out for the very first time, it is actually pretty good. It's sort of like, I had no idea it was a time travel story, which that kind of flew me out. But basically, it's like, think of it as like Medicine Miracle Woman from the future travels back in time, gets trapped into basically an age where Scotland is in fighting with the British, and
As they do.
When are they not?
Of course, as
they
do. Yes. And she's trying to find her way back to where she's from, which she's not from like a modern day perspective, which most shows would probably do, of like, oh, this is this 21st century woman from like 2000s trying to go back. No, this is actually someone that lived through like World War II that ends up going back.
Interesting.
And starts using modern technology from that time frame to apply it to the past. And so, like I said, the show, very horny, very much very sexy. Stars, as you know, does a lot of shows like that. Very similar to how HBO does it.
Showtime, too, weirdly enough.
Showtime. Literally every cable channel is just sexy.
Yeah, it's very, very, very horny.
Actually,
very horny TV shows.
Side note, Harv, is Downton Abbey sexy?
Do they fucking Downton Abbey?
Do they fucking Downton Abbey?
Do they fucking Downton Abbey?
In a very conservative way, yes.
No. Answer the fucking. It's a yes or no question, boy. Do they fuck Downton Abbey?
No. Okay, it's not with their. It's not with like It's not with their. Like I was gonna say, it's not with their mouths.
So what you're saying is the queen didn't get any oral.
No. I was just.
You say Maggie Smith.
What is Maggie Smith? Batman all of a sudden?
Oh my god.
No. They do it with their eyes in Downton Abbey. They do
so they fuck with their eyes. Okay, got it.
They got fuck me eyes. Okay.
They got fuck.
I wanted to mention something real quick. Fee, who's my cowboy partner over here. She doesn't shoot people. Instead, she kills animals and sells their skin on the black market. But
I have video evidence that she fucks somebody up. I don't know.
I need you to strike that evidence before I put you in the pokey boy.
I love that Fee's freaking out. You've been watching Outlander? I'm like, yes, I have been watching Outlander.
She says here in chat, Mario, you've been watching Outlander. Oh my god, this is stressing me out. I think Fee's seen a little bit more than a few episodes of Outlander herself there.
Hey, tell me if I'm wrong. Is it not the most horny show on Stars? Like what? Hold on, I'm gonna look to
I mean,
the
if
left.
you would,
Is it not
I mean,
one of
if you
the
went back in
most
time, you would fuck
horny
too, right? I
shows
mean, come
on
on.
television? Yes. Absolutely. See,
I don't know about that. How many times do people fuck on that show? I'll tell you what.
First episode.
I'll tell you what.
Someone's going down
Banshee?
on somebody in a goddamn castle. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Hold on. Banshee. It's like 10 minutes in.
No, straight up. Like, well, 10 minutes in, it's just blood and guts. So it starts at World War II. But then after that, it's like, nah, we're going down in the castle. And then they go back into the past, and they go into that same room in which they go down in, and it's very much like they cut to the scene of them going down. So they keep referring back to it. I don't know. Very sexy show. Anyways, that's not even the context of what the show's really about. But she's basically trying to get to the damn Rocks of Crackle Dude. And, I don't think she makes it because this show has like 6 seasons. So
This show has like 6 seasons. Half of that shit is filler.
I wonder if it's like a lost situation where they leave the island, but then they come back to the island. Like, I have no idea.
Hey, we gotta go back.
Yeah.
We got an explanation here from Faye here.
Oh, no. What's
She
he
says,
say?
also, the show is about time traveling in the Scottish Highlands. So, yes, I've seen this show.
That's
of course you have.
Yeah.
That actually does make sense. That sounds like a Fiat show when you put it that way.
Yeah, it is 100% a Fiat show. It's very much about the time, the time and place in which the show takes place. I, of course, my only relation to any of this is watching the movie, oh my God, the Mel Gibson movie, Braveheart, which...
Braveheart, what the fuck? Is that time travel?
No, just Scottish
Scottish.
Highlands
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
But that's my only connection to any of this. But it has a really great cast. I actually like a lot of the guys on the show. Graham McTavish is on the show. He's been in a couple Call of Duty games. He's a voice actor in a lot of video games, including he was also
He does.
in Creed.
Doesn't he do the main character or not?
He
like the main
looks
dude
like oh my God, Price. He looks like Price.
Yeah, he looks like Price.
Like-
Right?
Wait, is he?
Yeah, I thought he was Soap. Right? Isn't he Soap?
Is he Soap?
Is
Really?
he Soap? Look him up. Graham McTavish.
No. Darn not tootin'. This man's not Soap.
Yeah, but
All
look,
right.
hold on,
look him
Well,
up. But yeah, it's a great show. Give it a shot. I will say
I've
I
been
fell
watching a show.
It is. It is John
Alright.
McTavish.
Yeah.
No fucking shot.
Yeah.
My boy Soap is. I'm gonna watch this show. Wait, what are we talking about here?
Outlander. It's on Netflix.
I'm gonna watch me Outlander. Fuck the horny shit. I'm horny for Soap McTavish, boy.
We have officially lost the plot.
I'm about to drop the soap
alright.
on this show right now.
Okay. All right.
All right,
my
we're just
God.
gonna hold on, mute
Inject.
Frank for a little bit.
Let's bring
On
in.
that
Let's
note,
bring in the sex
uh,
robot.
I'm just gonna rein it back in real quick. I've been watching a show that is decidedly not very sexy anymore. I finished Into the Badlands, and like I was talking about last week, how season 3 is a completely different show. It continues. It's still just like it was a silly, goofy time, and then it just got weird and like serious, but like not really. Anyways, the ending was horrible. I know that it was like trying to set up a season 4 that never happened, but it just like left you with like a bunch of people who you liked that were dead, but like they're not really dead. But also like the whole like plot of the show is that like guns aren't a thing anymore and everybody uses like knives and daggers, blah 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 blah, blah and like bows and arrows and shit. The fucking end shot, spoiler alert, is some kid discovering a gun and firing it at the screen and it like explodes, and that's how they were going to set up season 4 apparently, but that never happened, and it was bullshit. So I'm a little salty about that. However, I do stand by it that I really enjoyed seasons 1 and 2. They were a silly, goofy time. So if you want to watch that, go for it. If you want the serious stuff, you could probably just watch season 3, but I wouldn't recommend it anymore, I guess.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, that's my update on Into the Badlands. Next, I'm gonna watch Warrior 9, so keep an eye out for not next week. Next time we have an episode, hopefully I'll be talking about that. But the other thing I saw this week was Quantumania. Have any of y'all seen it yet?
I think you're the only one of us that have seen it, only because it came out when I was
Jesus
dying.
Christ.
It's only because I was
Yeah.
dying. Me and Frank would have saw
Fair
it
enough.
probably
Yeah.
Thursday.
I'm
but
waiting for this man to be well so he can go into one of these theaters
theaters,
and
yes.
we can get some popcorn and watch his movie. But right
Yes.
now, this man is coughing, and I'm pretty sure you get kicked out for that now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'd be banned from the theaters, and I don't want that.
Banned, barred in my time, they say.
But what are your thoughts? Because everyone keeps talking about the movie. I know that it's got either critics hate it, people like it, people think it's stupid, people think it's funny. Like, what is your actual honest take on it?
I will say I was told that the motion was really bad,
Yeah.
so I popped a Dramamine before I went into it, and it didn't bother me at all. I don't know if it's because the motion didn't bother me that much, or the Dramamine just worked that well. Who knows? There was like 4 major flash sequences, so if anybody wants to go see it and is sensitive to that, let me know. I can give you the like lines that happen right before the sequences start because I wrote them down. But like just in general, my thoughts on it, trying not to be like specifics, just going on vibes. This is a movie for people who like bad movies. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's like a good movie, but it's a silly, goofy time. And like, I know that I love bad movies, and I had a great time with this. And it has the energy of a
Okay.
bad movie, if that makes sense.
That's interesting.
It's fun. It's deeply inconsequential. And it's just really interesting what narratives they're like using this world to tell stories about.
Yeah.
And the themes of this movie are really interesting when you look at it as like this story versus the like phase 5 writ large.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
That's interesting because
Yeah.
obviously Kang is going to be the forefront. He's going to be the quote unquote Thanos.
Yeah,
of this universe.
that's our new Thanos, right?
Right. And
Mhm.
so he's going to be leading us through this. Do you feel like he's best served as this as an introduction? I know that Thanos theoretically didn't have like the craziest introduction when he was first announced, but like
I will say the actor did a great job. Whoever was doing the lighting or the color correction did a horrible job, and he was horribly lit every single time he was on screen. His face was like entirely like darkened out, like you could not see his emotions at all, which is bullshit. So yeah, I was a little more distracted by the fact that I couldn't see his face the entire movie
interesting.
to pay attention to how well they're setting up him as a character. So
Would you
take that if you
say
will.
would you say that does the film feel like it's self-aware, or do you feel like they're not really getting the joke that they're putting out there themselves?
I feel like
A little bit of both.
it could go either way at any given moment.
Got it.
That's what
I-
worries me, because I like a good goofy movie when it's self-aware, but when it's
Uh-huh.
doesn't really get that it's the joke itself, then it's like, eh.
Yeah, I did see a tweet, I think it was her Twitter, from Hope Sloop, who said, count every time Cassie says dad in the movie. It's egregious. And that's funny. Like, that's fun. But yeah. I'm interested to know your guys' thoughts once you see it.
There is a scene
Yeah.
floating out on the internet, and Frank talked about it to me today. I'm gonna just say it's called the dick scene. It's basically how I would describe it.
Don't be a dick.
That part. How is that character handled in this movie? I know that I'm talking around it, but it's kind of known that he's in it. MODOK.
Yeah, MODOK.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that's already out there. that he was in the
Yeah,
movie,
it's kind of really just everyone talking a little about it. How's that character being handled?
I didn't know anything about how they were doing that character going into it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know like who was associated with that at
Yeah.
all. And so like that reveal was like ooh, moment for me because I didn't know anything about it going in.
Yeah.
But yeah, MODOK was a silly, goofy time.
I mean, I don't have any
He's
affinity.
a floating fucking head, people.
Yeah, I don't
What the
have.
hell did you think he was gonna be anything but goofy?
Yeah, so I'm okay with that personally. There is like I said, there's the clip going out where there's just the scene happening, and it looks straight out of Spy Kids. Like the joke obviously was that the movie looks like Spy Kids, but no, that looked like Spy Kids, and
Yeah,
that's what I'm
it's
kind of afraid of.
given Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah, 100%.
I
Like
love me
spiritually,
Spy Kids 3D.
not like
Spy Kids 2 is actually better, but Spy Kids 3D is shit.
Spy Kids 2 is real good.
Yeah.
Spy Kids 1 is the goat though.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, a lot of people are like attributing to Spy Kids and Star Wars, especially like with like Kang's army and stuff like that, and that kind of type thing.
I'm cool with that personally. I wouldn't mind just like an old time.
They go to,
like,
story.
They go to like a cantina as well in it or something like that. It's very very
there
Star
is
Wars.
a cantina. Yeah.
I do have one more question for you, Sly, before we move on this.
Sure.
Do you think this movie, because this is touted, at least by everybody on the Twitters there, as this was supposed to be the movie that is supposed to be the new kind of leap forward for things. Would you say this movie is a leap forward? Would you say it's a leap backwards? Or would you say, based on after watching this movie, you're in the same spot as you were watching the other stuff that came before?
Did you leap in the same spot? Did you do a little
double Dutch jump, or did you leap?
Yeah.
Or did you froggy backwards?
You do a little jig in place. I like to describe this movie as deeply inconsequential to the surrounding universe.
Okay.
And for me, that was exactly what I wanted from Marvel.
Okay.
I was like, I don't need this to be like the stakes of like all of the multiverses.
Sure.
I want this to be a very like contained story. I will say it gave us a little bit more dimension to how they're setting things up, but no more like content. Like you know about as much as you've already gotten from one we've already seen.
Got it.
This character previously
so
established.
Nothing basically teasing for what is to come. Too much.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay. So if you're waiting for that moment in the MCU where we're gonna see that final leap forward, this ain't it.
Got it. Well,
it's more of like a soft step.
Soft step. I like that.
All right. Well, we'll wait till Phase 6 when eventually I guess that maybe that happens, but I don't know.
Phase 6 is where the Kang movies.
Kang's supposed to kick off that whole section, basically.
Phase 6.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is like
we're in Phase 5 right now, right?
How many phases are we in? Chef forgot.
We just finished 4. 4 was the last one was Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the multiverse phase, right? And
one thing that I'm really happy what they announced is that they're pulling stuff back.
Yeah.
When it comes to content, and I'm really really happy about that because holy fuck, there is so much.
But I'm so heartbroken.
Oh, because the Marvels.
That we have to wait even longer to see the. Like, I get why it's like logistically a good decision, but y'all are not ready for how insufferable I am going to be when the Marvels comes out. I am a Captain Marvel movie stand first and a person second. Like, we know this about me. I am going to lose my goddamn shit when the Marvels comes out. I'm gonna eat that shit
I'm a
up.
Kamala Khan fan, and I'm very excited to see them in the big screen. So,
absolutely,
her new suit looks really, really good.
I know. I want to see what that story is and how they're all involved, and then hopefully, they improve on other aspects of the character CGI. I would love to see as well. So with the bigger,
this is going to be a movie, so I think they'll probably CGI has been really hit or miss.
Depends on how much they pay their animators.
There's that.
Stop blacklisting animators, Marvel. You sexist shit, yellow belly motherfuckers.
Maybe this like just them not doing as much content will help with that as well, right? So they're not. Yeah.
I'm excited though. I less content's good. gives more time, right? Like we honestly at first everybody was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. We're gonna have Marvel shows almost every other day. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna look outside your window. There's gonna be Marvel right there. You're gonna go to the bathroom. You look in the toilet bowl. There's gonna be Marvel right there. You wake up in the morning, Marvel slapping you in the motherfucking face." I don't think I want that anymore.
That's fair.
I think I want to go back to how we had it before.
I
where it
want
was
to
like,
go in the
maybe one-
bathroom in peace. I don't want Marvel to be there.
I don't want Marvel staring back at me. I kind of want it back where the Iron Man 2 to 3 years where like we had to kind of wait a good little bit before we got any kind of content from a character.
It's it's going to be what three movies and like 2 TV shows per year now.
Yeah, that
comes
still sounds
with
like too much to me. But
It feels like there's a project at least every quarter,
Every quarter,
Oh.
yeah.
which is a lot.
Yeah, it's still a
But
lot,
this
yeah.
brings me to something I actually didn't put on the list, but I want to mention while we're on the Marvel train. Like we all know that I am so new to Marvel, and I'm just, like getting into all the things. You watching me go through all of the non-MCU movies with MC University, blah 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 blah. But like when I was on the outside looking in at people who like watched Marvel stuff, it seemed like they watched every single thing that was even slightly tangentially related, and they like ate that shit up. And then I got into it and realized the things like how many people have never watched Runaways, how many people have never seen Cloak and Dagger, even though it's the best auxiliary Marvel show, and I stand by that. And another thing that 0 people are talking about is the new Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur animated Disney Plus, Disney Channel, also on Disney Plus show. And if you are not watching the show, oh my god, you should, because Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur fucking slaps. And like we're talking about it on We'll Throw the After Party. We talked about it last week. We'll be talking about it again tomorrow. But like if you're not watching the show because it's like a kids cartoon or like not actually in the MCU universe, you're missing out. Honestly, it's great. It's fun. It's just so good, and nobody's talking about it. So this is my call to action. Everybody go watch Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
This is kind of where I'm thinking about, because I was watching a podcast. They were talking about Quantumania, and they were talking about how, because like Loki is a big part of it, obviously, right? Because at the end, like the there's Loki and Kang are, they're kind of together because of what happens in the show, right? Apparently people at the movie theater have not watched
Together?
Loki. Not together. Who knows?
Ooh.
Never know.
I
Never know.
feel it.
But like apparently people that they went to go watch the movie had no idea Loki was still alive. So like there's also people that don't watch the shows, right?
Yeah.
That go into these movies that have no idea that shows are even happening on the side.
yeah, because there's some people who just like only pay attention to the theater. Like they don't even. So I know people. Like Mario knows this too. We talk to people. They don't even know what the fuck Disney Plus is.
Yeah.
But they know what Marvel is. So it's like, how the hell are you catching up with all this shit? Because some of that stuff ain't in the theater.
The thing is, not everyone's plugged in, right? Not everyone has their finger to the pulse. They go to see one movie a year, and that just so happens to be a Marvel movie, only because those are the big 10 pulls. And yeah,
Even people who are plugged in, like during the Loki era, during
Yes.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you go on like TikTok and you search that show, you see thousands of videos breaking down every little detail,
Sure.
all of the Easter eggs, all of the like references, blah 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 blah. You go and search Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur, there's like 3 videos and they're clips from the show, and that's it. Nobody's talking about the show.
a lot of it has to be
Who
like,
are plugged in.
I feel like it is that fan mentality, especially not just the people as well, like Tom Hiddleston fans, stuff like that as well, versus like some just anime fans. I do agree with you. I
Also,
watched,
advertisement too. Like honestly, I've seen like one ad for that show.
I've just
Like
seen the
through
Gambino
Twitter
clip.
or TikTok. I saw a clip, and that's about it. And that's all I've really seen on this show. I didn't even know this shit was out.
That's true.
I don't check Disney
episodes
Plus,
are on
so,
Disney
like, I
Plus
don't
right
even-
now.
Yeah, they did a horrible job in advertising that because I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even know the show was out.
Now, take that in mind for like us, right? We're not watching TV. We're not listening to the radio, right? The only time that we're going to get advertisements is if we're watching maybe on YouTube. Obviously, some of us are savvy that we have ad blocker or we pay for the premium service. So a lot of times it's just not getting to us, and we are honestly not purposely trying to pay attention for these things. And I think that might be a lot of people. But you're right. I don't hear about it on TikTok, which is the main source of when I learn things. It's become my new search engine. It's become my new, honestly, whenever a show comes out, if I'm talking about The Last of Us, you goddamn right, I'm going to get 1,000 Last of Us things. So you're right. There's not a word of mouth on it.
My biggest thing is like going forward is like, are we going to get to the point where is it too hard to get people to watch an auxiliary show for something that's happening in the main story? Because it's already happening at this point. Because I can guarantee that like people have no idea She-Hulk is even a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She's gonna pop up in a Disney or in a Marvel movie. She's gonna have such a big backstory. The people are gonna be like, why is she already established? We've never seen her before.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Or just not even care about her backstory. Just be like, I just know the character, so I don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's the line that like Marvel as a franchise has to walk with all of these projects, is like, how much do you rely on previous knowledge from previous projects? How much do you rely on people inferring things, and how individual are we going to make a project, right? Like some of these projects in the early years, like all of the projects basically you could watch independently, and as we get 3, 4, 5 phases in, we're starting to lose that. But
or at least just watch the movies. Like you could just watch the movies and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right?
But still, that's what, like 25 movies worth of content to catch up at this point. And so, it's a line to watch. I think I always enjoy when I watch something and I feel like it can be watched standalone, but I don't think that's the focus. They're relying on people watching all the movies, watching all the shows to fill out all of these characters.
I would hope that maybe in the future they will have a better way of pressing it, of like maybe the preamble before the movie starts. There's something that's like, hey, at Disney Plus, there is this adventure. This story continues.
Previously on.
Something like comic books do that. Used to do it all the time. It used to be like a splash page that was talking about the previous issue, and then it leads into where you're in now. So if there was maybe the big ending of Loki or something, that shows that it's like, hey, you want to see that whole story, go refer back to this show, or that story.
You know what you just described, Mario, actually?
Yeah, is it the recap on
Legends?
Legends is a thing that does exist that no one knows about.
But basically, before any big project, they do I don't know, 2 to 5 Legends episodes.
Yes. Which are just recaps.
All of them. It's just your recap.
Yeah.
And there's a lot.
Yeah, it's like Mario, right? You can do like a comic book. Like comic books, if there is some invention that happens in another comic book, they do this really cool thing where they say, hey, they put little asterisks on it, and then they put it in the thing that says, hey, refer to this page on the book. It'll tell you what they're talking about. And that's really cool. They obviously they can't. They have
well, no,
but you can watch something like it.
No, but I do like the idea of putting Legends instead of it just being on Disney Plus. Why is that not played before the movie? I mean, I watched Pixar movies. I love watching the little shorts before the movie starts. Why isn't the Marvel version of that just Legends?
I got a 3-minute recap.
Yeah, like a 3-minute, 4-minute recaps. Like, hey, guess what?
Or even like in Disney Plus itself, you could just have something in there that like, hey, if you're
watching, that's what we're talking about.
If you're watching this episode, you also have to refer to these episodes.
Got you. I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like in the actual, like in the menu, you can see it. You know how like before you click the video, there's all these different things where like you see the episodes, the subtitle, like all that shit. There should be a tab that just like before you like watch this episode, watch these episodes of these other series to get what's going on in it. They do the curating for you. It's their job. They get billions of dollars. They can do it. Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
Man, I would not want to try to organize the layout of that UI design. But yeah, it's an idea.
Anyway, it was just a thought that I
Anyways,
had in my head about the Marvel.
Marvel, hire us. Apparently, we're doing your advertisement better than you are.
I mean, if you hire me, you got to pay me well, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not fucking paying.
You better be paying me in gold bars.
That's what he wants.
That's what he wants.
18, 17, 93 fucking.
I'll bite that shit too. Make sure it's real,
Lord.
boy.
Lord in heaven. Weird.
Man.
Well,
All right. Harv, have you been watching anything?
I
at all?
don't think. Oh my god, have I been watching anything? Did I watch anything?
Have you
Last of
have
Us?
you
Harv
watched
has not
anything?
seen a single thing.
I've
ever.
been watching The Last of Us. Obviously, that's been happening,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
actually,
Why am I looking around my apartment?
Actually,
when I'm
Yeah,
thinking
why-
about
while you're
watching
figuring that
something?
out,
Is this,
while you're
is this what
figuring that
dementia
out,
looks like?
Sly, I do want to ask you about that. Actually, speaking about The Last of Us, I remember you say that you were going to watch shows specifically for the one thing, and was that one thing the Sam and Henry episode?
Oh yeah, that's right.
No clue. Because the friend that I promised that to never followed back up
Fair enough.
about if I
Was
had to watch it or not.
was it-
So I have no idea.
Was it about ASL? That's what I was wondering.
No, there was one character from the game
Uh-huh.
that they didn't like, and they were like, if they do this character well, you have to watch the show.
Oh,
And I haven't heard from it since. So,
oh, that might be a season
I'm
2
just
thing.
gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Look that
well,
up.
Yeah. Okay.
well,
It was,
I'm just gonna say it. I hope it isn't Tessa.
I don't know. I didn't ask.
I love you added an A to her name.
Yeah. Yo, Tessa.
All right. Figure I'd ask.
Yeah, I did see the clip of the director of ASL, who's a really awesome, famous deaf person. So that was cool. I'm glad that they're actually doing the bare minimum and having a DASL on set. But yeah. Anyways, if you guys want to talk about Last of Us, go for it. But
Nah,
I'm not
Other than
watching
it's
it,
great, keep
so
watching. If you watch my
Yeah,
show,
Mario does a
PlayStation
yeah. I was
Source.
about to say.
there you go.
There you go, Kevin
Yeah.
Diaz.
What's
Happy
on
birthday
them
to
there
him. It's
internets?
happening now. Happy birthday to Kevin Diaz.
Happy birthday, Kevin Diaz.
Yes. All right.
I have not been watching anything. What is happening in my life?
Are you okay?
All right, dude. Do you need help?
Shit, the TB setting in. I think.
What, tuberculosis?
Oh, you know what? Let me bring something up real quick. Tuberculosis. Yes, I have been watching something on YouTube. Check out Defunctland.
Oh?
I'm sure people heard about this before. It's called Defunctland. It's one of the best YouTube channels I've seen. It's basically just, you know how like Disney has like those documentaries about our parks and stuff like that. Like here's all our rides, stuff like that. But it's all flowery and like, oh, remember all the time when we did this? Defunctland is like, nah, dog. They did some tax evasion shit and fucking this has happened, like this and that. It's like they tell the real story and it's fucking awesome. So definitely check it out. Like it's all about like Universal Park, Disney parks, TV shows like Legends of the Hidden Temple. I heard the history about that. So many wonderful things on their channel. It's called Defunctland. You got to check it out. So good. There's a great channel about the mystery of who created the jingle for Disney Channel. It's so good. It's like an hour and 30-minute documentary of like figuring out who did it. It's so good. So good.
That sounds cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check it out.
documentary
Alright.
like.
Yes.
On that note, let's jump into what we've been reading. Frank, you've been reading something, apparently.
I was a strawberry the other day, and I was having a little showdown with somebody, and I shot him
As
right in
you
his
do.
gullet.
Is
But
it Dracula?
And he came back to
I
life.
know, hear me out.
Killed
I
the
know,
man.
so,
I love.
I shot him, and he fell. He fell backwards, and I was just like, "Got the little son of a bitch," but he got back up, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I shot him again. This time right in the face. Sometimes you just gotta shoot him in the face to be sure. Sometimes the gullet doesn't work, but the gullet, sometimes. Anyway, you go. I go up to him, make sure the poor bastard's dead. Now do the little thing where you put some dirt on his shoes after he's dead. I thought it was always a sign of disrespect, but apparently it's a sign of aspiration. So I didn't even. I guess I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I go to see the first bullet, and I find a motherfucking book.
Okay.
I open this book up. It's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Uh-huh.
It's a damn good book. It's about vampires and shit. I had fun.
Frank, I have to ask you, what year
I
are
had
you from again?
fun.
What year are you from?
1742.
1742. That's crazy.
No, actually, no,
Notably,
1863.
1863.
1863.
Great.
Yeah.
You might have killed a time traveler because that book came out on May 26,
Oh, shit.
1897. But, whatever.
Oh, man.
30 years into your future.
God damn. God damn. Are you telling me I'm reading future reading right now?
Future material. Yes, you're reading future material.
It was a good book. I liked it.
Okay.
I've just been reading that Bram Stoker's.
Interesting. Okay.
You know what
Yeah.
books were out in the 1800s?
I Heart Huckabee.
Sure. All right.
I was gonna go
Jules
with
Verne?
like Jane Austen works,
Yeah.
but okay.
Jane Austen, Jules Verne.
Was The Last of Us out at that time?
No, probably not.
Yeah, definitely.
It was called Shane.
All right. As we've established, apparently Mario doesn't know how to read. But I have been reading.
Me?
Is that news to you?
That'd be fair.
I've been reading Throne of Fire, which of course is the second Kane Chronicles book. If you are a longtime listener / watcher, you will know that I had a brief Riordan verse hyperfixation a couple months back, and then I just stopped talking about them because I did stop reading in the middle of Red Pyramid. I finished Red Pyramid. I'm like, I don't know, 11 chapters into Throne of Fire. I'm working through it slowly but surely. But yeah, struggling my way through some middle grade books. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
But Frank, I know you were a big PGF, and have you read any of the Kane Chronicles or any of the wider?
No, I haven't really
Riordan
been with work. Like usually I would read at work, but like lately I just haven't been doing it. I should get back to it though, because I had to go find my Kindle first because I don't even know where the fuck I put it. But not a Kindle. What do they call these in these times
My
here?
man, my man's
book reader?
technology,
Ebook?
fucking my man's technology is just up, down, up, down. Sometimes he's got tweet boards, then he's got a Kindle. This motherfucker doesn't.
I don't know what you're talking about there. I don't know them Jim Bezos. I'm just saying. I they call them Kindles here. I think it's just a fucking
Jim Bezos.
Jim Bezos.
Big
This one has
fan
hair.
of
You know what I mean?
anachronisms on this show.
Yeah.
We are pro anachronistic media.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
I have a spoon in my hand.
I didn't know those weren't invented till 1767.
You can't trick me.
We're just eating shit with our hands. You know what I mean? And then the spoon came out. We're like, holy fuck, this is amazing.
Wait. If they were done in 1767, then you're in 18 something. That's you had spoons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're like, then why did you say, "Oh, those weren't invented until"?
I don't
I just
know.
let you know. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta spout out some factual information.
I just don't know.
You know,
anymore.
the spoon, one of the first utensils.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
Anyways,
Spoon was almost invented when America became independent, right? That's 10 years before. 10 years before Independence Day.
I can't believe we got the spoon before we got our independence. That's fucking America right there.
Someone saying that the spoon is the reason.
Who wouldn't have got the 4th of July without our spoons? Oh man.
spoon really is the, epitome of manifest destiny. Fucking
Yeah.
apparently.
You think
What
of the
year is
spoon,
it?
you think of the spoon, you think of America.
I don't even know anymore, man. My tuberculosis, I don't even know what fucking year is it. I think it's 1642. No, 1770. No, 1843.
no, whatever. Just fucking.
It's my lumbago getting off. You know what I mean?
Man, okay. Has literally anybody else read anything in the past couple weeks?
No,
No.
no, we're good.
I read the newest issue of Chainsaw Man, whatever the fuck that means, but yeah, that's great.
There you
All
go.
right, cool. Congratulations.
All right, real literate bunch we got here.
Yes.
Have we been listening to anything? Notably, I am the deaf one, and I'm usually the one listening to the most things. So
Yeah.
take that as you will.
No. I was only gonna recommend if anyone is watching The Last of Us, not just the show that me and Kevin do, but definitely I would check out the companion show that Troy Baker does with Neil Druckmann and Craig Mason. If you want the details, Troy Baker understands what gamers want to hear about. And he actually gets the details. He asks about why lines are missing, why are certain actions and things are different. And he asks the real questions and then you get the real answers. And so if you want that information, that podcast is actually a really great supplemental material to the show. So I at least want to point out that I've been listening to that podcast quite a bit.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it for me.
Frank.
I've been listening to the howls of the wolves at night when I'm trying to sleep by the campfire.
All right,
You know, as you do.
as you do.
This one does.
Moving on.
Harv, do you have any random music lore drops for us this week?
Returnal soundtrack, really, really fucking good. That's a really, really good soundtrack.
Nice.
So if anybody wants something that is very haunting and very one of the main songs is Fear the Reaper in that game. And the third or fourth boss does a piano rendition of Fear the Reaper while you're fighting the boss.
That's
It is
cool.
crazy. That how he hits does the bullet hell to you,
Yeah.
and he's hitting the piano keys, or like he's breathing. It's a bunch of pipes, and I think he's either breathing into them or like he's it's like an organ, so like he's like hitting it, and then I'm not a musical person, so like,
Okay.
but like while he's doing that, he's doing Fear the Reaper while bullet hell is coming at you and stuff like that. It's really, really cool, really well done.
Very nice.
All right.
All right, that checks out.
I'm just gonna go through what's in my podcast queue while we're here. Continued with Rolling with Difficulty. Big fan. It's great. I talked about it when I was catching up. Ooh, Games and Feelings. It's a multitude podcast, but they've gone weekly and brought back one of my favorite podcasts of all time, with a Patassine, which is, of course, stands for what's your favorite Pokemon? And then I say something nice about you, which I was a big fan of during the lockdown era.
Got it.
And now they're doing regular episodes of that on Games and Feelings, which is really fun. Tell Me About It, which I haven't listened to yet, is the new multitude show. It's in my queue for later. And then But Make It Scary, which I believe I've talked about before. It's where they take romance movies and turn them into horror movies.
That sounds incredible.
This week, it's incredible. For sure, check it out. They do But Make It Lovelies, where they make scary movies into love stories, and they do But Make It Christmas. Lots of fun themes. But the most recent episode was Step Up, which we all saw my journey through the Step Up franchise a while back. It's a great time. So go check out But Make It Scary. And yeah, everything else is just the usual.
Fair enough.
Hell
So-
yeah.
All right.
If the other thing that I've been listening to,
Yeah.
one last thing, is if you like hockey, there's a podcast called the SDPN Show, which is fucking awesome. It's just a podcast about what's happening in hockey and stuff like that, but it's got some really, really cool segments and three really, really cool dudes.
Okay.
The guy's name is Steve Dangle. That's his actual
Dangle.
name.
Yeah. Dang.
And I was like, that is the perfect hockey name you could possibly have.
Wow.
Right
I
there.
love
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for that man.
Hell yeah. Alright. I'm gonna actually add that to my list. Thank you. But yeah, with that, does anybody have any last minute things they want to shout out that they've been enjoying, watching, reading, consuming?
No, I think that's about it.
Wow, look at us actually being on
Yeah.
time for once. What a miracle.
Miracle indeed.
Okay, with that, thank you everybody for watching. Everybody who's been in the chat, all the regulars we love to see. Carlos, Fee was hanging out for a bit, Crafty, Kate,
Kate's in there.
thank you so much for being here. It's a fucking joy to do this show, especially when y'all are in the comments. If you're catching the replay, please put your thoughts in the chat. We love to see them. And if you listen to this on audio, hell yeah, good for you. I don't know if anybody does that, but if you do, this one's for you. For context, I am currently a ghost on screen, so maybe
Yeah,
check
this
out
is
the
gonna be a
clip.
mighty weird episode. All of a sudden,
There's
yeah.
a spook spectacular, and then we have a goddamn cowboy. So there we go.
This is a goddamn cowboy on screen.
Well,
It's been a fucking blast. But before we go, I want everybody to shout out all of the things you do, where people can find you, see more of your lovely faces, all that jazz. So I'm gonna let Harv kick us off.
You can find me at Beard in the Hair pretty much everywhere. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that fun stuff. Stream over there 3 times a week. But yeah, you can find me here as well on Point in Progress.
fantastic.
And check out the Returnal review.
Yeah, check out the Returnal review. Videos pretty much weekly at this point now, which I'm really excited about over on the YouTube channel. So that goes from reviews to stuff that's been happening in the gaming sphere, like all that kind of type thing. So yeah,
Very cool.
Hell yeah. Mario?
Yeah, you can find me, of course, here on the channel at Point in Progress, where we do this podcast, but we also do MC University. We are doing our next episode is going to be Venom, and we're going to convince this cowboy
God
to
damn
finally
it.
watch this movie. We've been,
God damn it!
that was like one of the
I
first
have
directives.
legitimately have not seen this movie and the second one either.
Yeah. And I didn't you say Venom was like a favorite character of yours or no?
I love Venom. I think Venom's the shit,
Oh
but
Lord!
I can't bring myself to it.
All right, well here we go. This is gonna be a journey. Will we have a return of the cowboy? Who knows? We'll see how that goes. But you can also find me over at PlayStation Source, where I'm doing weekly recaps of course, The Last of Us. So should be good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Of course, you can find me everywhere on the internet at CycloneMC. You can find me on Thursdays, doing Thirsty Thursdays on TikTok live, except for not next week, probably, unfortunately, because your boy got banned again. It's fine. Anytime you say anything related to anybody who, regardless if they're canonically gay or not, you immediately get stricken with hateful behavior violation.
Very nice.
So that's fun. Fuck you, TikTok, for that. Anyways, you can also catch me here on Point in Progress. Of course, the podcast that you're listening to right now, MC University with Mario. And also, if you have not yet, please go check out my birth review that went up last Friday. I'm really freaking proud of it. It's my first ever video review. It's such a good time making it. And you can catch me over on, we'll throw the after party on Saturdays everywhere at After Party SHO. And we're talking about Quantumania and Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And Rogers the Musical coming to the Hyperion. It's going to be a wild show tomorrow. But yeah, that's all the places you can find me. And our resident 1800s-ish cowboy. Where are you on the socials, on the carrier pigeons, on the tweet boards?
Parakeets.
Man, I can't believe it's already time to hit the old dusty trail. You know what I mean?
You light up another cigarette? What is happening? Is this the same cigarette? I can't tell about this.
But you can find me on Point in Progress here, where I talk about video games and yeah, talk about other things. You check out my Dead Space review when it comes out eventually. I'm still working on it, and yeah, you can find me here. You can find me at Twitter at the Frank GV, where yeah, where it's talk shit about video games. Yeah, sorry, I forgot I was Southern there for a second.
Oh, he went back to it for a second there. He went back there for a second.
You went. You were so close to not breaking the law.
I think he meant to do this.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this podcast today. I had a blast.
God.
And of course, make sure to go check out our lovely fifth seat fee at Zeranix on all the places, etc., etc. Hopefully, she'll be back for the next episode and tell you what all she's been up to lately. But with that, gotta say,
Remember, guys, in Downton Abbey, they don't fuck with their mouths; they fuck with their eyes.
Progress has been made.
and with that, progress has been made.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man,
I think this is the
I
best
came out-
podcast we've ever done.
I came out fucking
Life.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
All right. Thank you so much in the chat. We want to say thank you so much for being here. This has been a fucking wild ride. I want to let everyone know I knew that Frank was going to do this, and I can't believe he committed to the bit.
Yeah, the entire time.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
I
Definitely
just
gonna do
wanna-
more dumb shit like that in the future.
Oh no.
Shout out in the chat. Thank you, Ghost Sly, Time Traveling Frank, Mario, and Harv.
Yes. I want Fee, if you're there, can you make the thumbnail just me and Harv from that TV show Ghosts? And just just have Slide and Frank in the background.
We put like a super sepia tone filter
Oh
on.
my God.
Right. Old school, looking like old school Clint Eastwood.
God, if I had a second to plan that, I would have done it. I would have done that. God damn. That's funny. Already planning it.
Planning
Thank
on
you,
that.
Fee.
Perfect.
Fee's here. Great. All right. Well, again, I just want to say thanks to everybody here. We're going to go ahead and probably wrap this broadcast up. Sly, thank you so much for hosting this week. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank, for the entertainment. Harv, thank you so much for just holding it together with me because
Just spooning.
one is
Just
that-
spooning
the
us.
spoon.
Appreciate
I
it.
just got the reference to the spoon. Fantastic. Oh my God. And with that, we're going to take off. Everyone, goodbye. We love you. Sweet dreams.
Have a good one.